What's up everybody, Doomwake here and welcome to another modern video on the channel. Today we got some more Neon Dynasty cards. Before we continue, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and as always let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the video. We're inching ever so closer to that 7,000 subscriber mark, so thank you again for all the support. I really appreciate that, and let's dive into the deck that we have here today. So, the new set just dropped, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. There's a lot of cards that, people have been talking about. There's Kaido, there's Boseiju, there's all those other lands, there's Lion Sash, there's all these cards that people are talking about. And there's one card that I haven't seen a lot of people talking about, and I think might be one of the better cards in the set, and that's the card you see on your screen here, Dragonspark Reactor. Now, this card, if y'all know what Shrine of Burning Rage does, it's very akin to Shrine of Burning Rage, except it doesn't trigger when you play a red spell or in your upkeep. It triggers whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control. And then it's 4 mana to activate, but you get to go upstairs and kill a creature, not just one target, so worth noting there. How do we get counters on Dragonspark Reactor? Well, it triggers itself, so that's kind of cool. But if you're familiar with the Asmo engine, you'll know that Underworld Cookbook plus Ovalchase Daredevil grants you tap the Cookbook, discard the Daredevil, food token off the Cookbook, get back the Daredevil, rinse and repeat. So you can do that over and over again. So every time you tap a Cookbook, it's basically just a free counter on the Dragonspark Reactor. The other way to go really big with it is we're playing 4 copies of Academy Manufactor, which is if you would make a clue, a food, or a treasure, you get one of each instead. So every time you tap a cookbook with a manufactor in play, you get 3 permanents, which triggers the reactor 3 times for 3 counters. So that's kind of cool too. We also have Ragavan, everybody's favorite red card from Modern Horizons 2. Everybody knows about Ragavan by now. Cool thing about Ragavan in this deck, it makes treasures, which gives you counter for reactor, and making treasures makes Academy Manufactor even better, because you can make a treasure off the Ragavan, get 3 triggers that way. Magda is another card that makes treasures. I've decided to go with Magda because I wanted an extra way to make treasures, because I wanted to make sure the Academy Manufactors were, every time I drew it, I wanted to immediately have something to do with it, so that's why we're playing Ragavan, Magda, and Cookbook. But basically, with Magda, whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped to make a treasure. So it itself is a dwarf, so you can either attack with it to make a treasure, you can tap it to Springleaf Drum. Also, we're playing 4 Mutavaults, which you might think is kind of weird, but Mutavault happens to be a dwarf. So if you, let's say, have a Magda in play and you activate a Mutavault and then either tap it for mana or attack with it, you get another treasure, which is more stuff for Manufactor, more triggers for the Reactor. We're playing Voldaren Epicure. Unfortunately, Manufactor does not work with blood tokens. I really wish it did. But the main reason we're playing Epicure, couple things. One, it's really good against opposing Ragavans, just a 1/1 that gives you some more material to use. That the 1/1 the body can trade for Ragavan. It's also good with Drum, gives you more cheap creatures to get mana with Drum, because this deck kind of is a little bit more mana hungry, because we're playing the Dragonspark Reactor, which is 4 to activate. But also, the cool thing about Epicure is it's a discard outlet for our Asmos. We have already decided that we want to play Cookbook and Daredevil because of how well it works with Dragonspark Reactor, so Asmo's kind of a free roll. And now, because we've decided that we want to play Asmo, Ragavan, and Magda, we then get to play a couple of copies of Mox Amber, which lets us jump the mana curve even more a little bit. So it's kind of like every little interlocking piece. Again, this is the first draft, so we'll see how it goes, but I really think the idea is strong here. Rounding out the deck, we got a couple of Galvanic Blast. I'm choosing to go with Blast over Bolt. Potentially could play Unholy Heat, but there's not a ton of other instants, so you're going to be a little bit down on types. But I don't really see myself in a position where I'm not going to have Metalcraft, so I think Galvanic Blast is better than Lightning Bolt in this deck. And then we have our one-ofs to go get with Urza Saga. Because we are an Urza Saga deck, very powerful with Cookbook, you can generate a lot of artifacts, make bigger tokens. So we're going with 1 Shadowspear, 1 Soul Guide here. We have 2 copies of Sokenzan in the mana base. Really cool thing about this, we have 11 legendary creatures, so if we have 2 of these in play, this only costs 2 mana to activate, potentially could cost 1, but... and the cool thing about Sokenzan is channel, discard a card from your hand, which happens to be a discard outlet for Asmo. So Really cool, a lot of interlocking synergies going on here. We got a bunch of mountains, some fetch lands, and one Blood Crypt to be able to hardcast Daredevil, and then also cast Thoughtseize in the sideboard. But that is the main deck. Taking a look at the sideboard here, we got, again, splashing for Thoughtseize because I think combo is a pretty bad matchup. So I like 4 Thoughtseize, 3 Shattering Spree, 4 Hammer Time, and other, affinity-based decks. There's a lot of artifacts going around these days, especially with the new set. Alpine Moon, mostly here for Urza Saga. Giganta, because it's a free roll. There's nothing we want to play that wouldn't allow us to play Giganta anyways. Damping Sphere for Tron and Amulet, and then additional copy of Soul Guide for the graveyard decks, and then a Needle for Planeswalkers like Teferi and those kinds of things. But this is going to be our first Asmo League in quite some time, I think. It's been a while since I played Asmo, so I'm super excited for this. And let's see if we can take it down. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. The sand's awesome, I keep. The sand is incredible. Well, it's missing an Asmo, but I'm going to go for Ragavan on 1. It's just high upside. Alright, cool. No Neoform, no Belcher, no nonsense. Good draw. Just going to play Magda, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to play Magda. You think it's Ponza? Well, I definitely want to play the Saga this turn because I want to make sure I can get a token out of it before they play Blood Moon. Alright, no Ponza. Red and 6 would suck, though. Consider. They playing like Tamer Murktide or some shit? Could be. Okay, that's fine. Now we get to even attack. We get to attack, kill the Ragavan, and make a Saga token. That's dope. They know we're drawing Basic Mountain. So let's go play the Mutavault, go to attacks. I don't even think I'm going to offer the trade. I think I'm just going to kill it. Because if they, dash another Ragavan and fire it up, we can just trade with the Saga token. It's not a huge deal. Could be 4-color. Yeah, it could be. I mean, no. With Archmage's Charm and Ragavan and Bauble, they're definitely just Tamer Murktide. I think Harlan played this deck at the SCG. I want to say he top 16'd. Not 100%, but I know he did. I know he made a deep run. But yeah, it's just like Murktide with Tarmogoyf. It's kind of weird to play Stomping Ground in the Archmage's Charm deck, though, right? That is kind of weird. Yeah, there's the Murktide. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of Stomping Ground Archmage's Charm. Alright, second construct. I think I'm just going to get a second cookbook, just to make the constructs virtually unkillable. I could also just Lantern them. How do they win if I Lantern them, right? Yeah, I'm just going to sack the Lantern immediately. Well, I'll do this, and then I'll go to attacks. I'll even offer this trade. Trade's fine. They probably have to take the trade, right? How are they winning this game? Well, the answer is they're not. I'm not going to sack the token to play the Shadowspear. I'll just play it next turn. I think cutting them off Murktide is so much better than getting the drum there. Do not approve this mana at all. Yeah, Stomping Ground plus Archmage's Charm is kind of sketch. Did I work on the mono white deck some more? A little bit, not too much, but a little bit, Da Vinci. We're going to play that after this. So they're dead. Just dead on board. The old Ludobskis. The old Ludobskis. The poor man's Ragavan. Yeah, I know, right? Who needs Ragavan when you have Magda? Alright, so this is what happens when we don't play against Belcher or Neoform. So do we want to board anything? Want the second Lantern. None of these cards seem that great, right? Maybe Thoughtseize, but it's the problem with playing like close to mono red is your sideboard options are a little sus. I mean, I have the Thoughtseizes, but I don't think I want Thoughtseize in this matchup. I think I'm just gonna shave an no, Epicure is really good against Ragavan. Maybe shave an Amber because they have more removal. Yeah, let's do that. Hope I made a base combat. No, you weren't rude at all. I know you're just trolling me. I know you mean no harm, Da Vinci. Da Vinci? You missed this earlier. My Belcher opponent had a Pyromancer Ascension, and they cast the Red March, copied it, and then this random message came up. I don't even know what it means, but no idea. Absolutely no idea. Yeah, an unbounded loop has been detected. This hand's dope, right? Missing Asmo, but... Missing Asmo, missing Saga, missing Reactor. It's got a lot of good draw steps with this hand. If they play Ragavan, I think I'm going to main phase kill it to play around Counterspell. Obviously, it's worse if they have a second Ragavan, but if they're spending their turn dashing Ragavan, they're not holding up Counterspell. And then I could just go Cookbook Asmo next turn. So yeah, I'm just going to kill it main phase. I guess I could also play Epicure there, but then they just don't attack and hold up Counterspell. Which I guess is kind of the same thing, right? Okay. Well, now I actually don't want to play Asmo here, because I want to be able to get a second token off of it, right? So I can just go Drum Epicure Cookbook, and then we can, yeah, Drum Epicure Cookbook, I think. Drum, Epicure, and then Cookbook. And then next turn we'll play the Asmo, and then the reason I don't want to play Asmo this turn is because if they have a removal spell, they're going to be able to kill the Asmo before I can get an activation. Whereas next turn, if they, like, you know, hold up one removal spell and don't have hold up counterspell, we can go end of turn, make a food, untap, make a food, play Asmo, and then even if they have a removal spell, then we can kill the Chandler. So I like this better. Do you think that it's possible in Mono Blue Affinity with Urza Lord to play some white just for sideboard cards like Dispatch? Well, I mean, that's the version that I played in the challenge, right? If you look at the list that I played in the challenge on this past Saturday, this is what I played in the challenge. And me and Spider Space both went 5 and 2. I actually uploaded a video to YouTube with this deck list if you want to check it out. But this is the blue-white version. There is a blue-white version. The only thing you have to realize is when you're playing the blue-white version, you don't play as many utility lands. Is that worth it? I don't know, probably. Because, you know, how many utility lands do you really need to play? I mean, you can always exclamation point playlist and copy the playlist for yourself, you know? You can always do that. If you want to listen to it while I'm not streaming. Sokenzan. Sokenzan, huh? Wish I had one more cookbook. Wish I had one more cookbook. So we can do this. And they have 4 cards. I think what I'm going to do is kill the untapped Channeler and just fire up the Mutavault. But I'm going to hold back the Epicure. And the reason for that is that they have Dash Ragavan. Maybe the 1 damage is worth it there. Oh, well, that sucks. Still have Mutavault, Sokenzan. I don't know. We got some stuff. I guess I don't have an extra creature. Yeah, I need a mana source to be able to activate Sokenzan. Yeah, they play Murktide. That sucks. Play into Greasefang? Probably not. I want to play some of this, and I want to play some Affinity. Creativity deck that plays cards like Archmage's Charm counterspells. It's nearly impossible to do that with the mana base, right? That was a really good draw step, by the way, chat. If you didn't know, that was an amazing fucking draw step. That was a really good draw step. I'm going to keep the Sokenzan in hand, I think. Alright, your move. The red Neon land helps that a bit. Yeah. But, like, are you just not going to play a Dwarven Mind mana base at all, then? And you're just going to be all in on Sokenzan? Maybe. That sounds good. I'm going to put back Sokenzan, I think. Yeah, I dropped 2 leagues after playing against Neoform twice. Working on the Fiddlebender Parhelion deck. Nice. Let me know how that goes. That deck looked interesting. Holy crap. Boomer Shadow? Boomer Shadow? My opponent forget that Lurrus was... Maybe they thought that Lurrus was banned. That's probably it, right? They probably thought Lurrus was banned. Tragedy. Somebody should probably tell them that Lurrus is not banned. It's just a nice thing to do, you know? It's blue-black with Murktide? I mean, even if it is, you can't tell me that playing Murktide Region is better than playing with Lurrus. Like... Yeah, Lurrus isn't banned. Shocker, I know, right? I don't know how, but somehow Lurrus is not banned. One less Lurrus deck to queue into. That's a good point. Maybe we should not tell them that Lurrus is banned, so they keep playing this deck and not playing with Lurrus. That'd probably be a lot better. Make the experience better for everybody else. Alright, make tokens. I make tokens. I make more tokens. And then I make more tokens. And then I make more tokens. Imagine if they made it possible to auto-yes Ovalchase. It's so annoying. But it's like, it's a separate instance of the Daredevil, so like, I kind of get it, but... Dude, do they have Archmage's Charm in their Shadow deck? There's no way, right? I don't want to get a drum and dash the Ragavan. Let's do that. I don't know if this is good, but... This is like a little bit worse if they have Charm. But they have Counterspell plus Push. Alright, well... Push me. Alright, you got 4 cards. Still have another Construct to deal with. Out of curiosity, has there been a fringe case where I didn't want to get the Daredevil back? Against Living End sometimes. It's very, very rare, though. Very, very rare. That's usually the only time where it comes up, but... I could sack Cookbook to get back a creature, but I kind of would rather just fire up the Mutavault. Because they have to have Fatal Push, right? Or Drown. Attack you for lethal. Cast your Drown. Yeah. So they go to 4. Go. And it's gonna go. Failed to hardcast Daredevil. Well, I wanted to attack with Mutavaults that turn, right? I think. I couldn't do both. Alright, we can cast that and fire up 2 Mutavaults. I guess unless they counter this. Alright, sure. But that means they're countering Voldaren Epicure, so deal. Okay. You got it, dude. Is it hardcast Daredevil time? I think that's better than playing Mutavault, or than firing up Mutavault. It's pretty close, but... it's pretty close. So they kind of have to counter this, right? They're at 4. I'm not saying hardcast Daredevil is the play that maximizes your odds of winning. Yeah, that's fair. Didn't counter it. How do you beat it? How can you beat it? They milled me when I have a cookbook in play? I don't know about that one. That's kind of sus. Kind of sus. Alright, well, they couldn't beat the 4-2. Nobody can ever beat the 4-2. Alright, Lantern's dope. What else do we want? Lantern's dope. I don't think I want anything else. Let's do the same thing we did against the Murktide player. Just kind of like shave an Amber because they're going to have a ton of removal. So your Ambers are less likely to be turned on. I just want to know how I played against Cutie to Neoform 3 times today. Like, what is that? I mean, at least it's easy, because scoop the match. Like, there's no point in playing, but... Gal Blast probably isn't very good. Yeah, but, like, what do you want to cut? What do you want to play over it? You know? Like, Thoughtseize? I don't really think so. I don't think I want Thoughtseize. Have you ever played Ravager in a food deck? No. No, that's not true. I think I played it once. A long time ago. The problem with Ravager is, like, it's only good if they kill your Asmo. Right? But, like, if your Asmo stays in play, Ravager isn't doing much for you because you're usually sacrificing the food for other stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like the other problem with Ravager is it's kind of not that great with construct tokens. It's kind of like, I mean, I guess it just messes with the math a little bit, but... Sand's fine. I don't think I want Thoughtseize against the other Thoughtseize deck. Alright, we're getting Thoughtseized. We're getting Inquisitioned. I'm gonna take Reactor, right? I think it's the most powerful card in my hand. There's no point in taking a Magda. I don't think they ever take this. I don't think they want to take my 3-drop and I only have 2 lands. This probably makes the most sense. They're probably just reading it. It took Galvanic Blast. Okay. This one. Go. Can we just play Bolt over Blast? I mean, we're allowed to play Bolt over Blast, but we have so many artifacts. Like, do you really ever see a scenario where we don't have Metalcraft? Oh. They have 4 cards. I think I'm going to lead on Magda. Maybe it's better to resolve the Reactor. It's kind of close. You're confused by Dragonspark Heavy Cost, huh? I don't even know if the 4 toughness matters that much on Bolt versus Blast. It's just like, I don't really see us not having Metalcraft that often. I could gamble and play Manufactor. It's so bad if they have Fatal Push, though. I think I'm just going to make tokens. I think it's so likely they have Fatal Push. And even if they don't, I'm still, like... I'm still just getting good value, right? And I just don't need to play into Fatal Push. Like, I'm just going to beat them with Saga. I don't need to beat them with the combo. I guess this is worse if they have Dress Down, but... because then they get to dress down both of my tokens. Reckless Fireweaver. Which one's Reckless Fireweaver? They chose not to attack? Huh? Why would they not attack? Unless... I don't really understand that. Oh, I wonder if they have Dress Down and they want to try and get me to attack and their thing loses Shadow and they can trade. But they know I have another Magda. Why would they do that? Right? Yeah, I'm just going to make tokens. What do I want to get? Could get a Lantern to play around Murktide. Could get a Shadowspear, but that's worse if they have Dress Down. Could get a Cookbook, which is better with the Manufactor. It's between Cookbook and Soul Guide, I think. Maybe given that I have Reactor and Manufactor, I kind of just want to get the Cookbook. Also makes the constructs bigger if they don't have Dress Down. It's probably fine. So I'm going to play my land, and then I'm going to go to attacks. Because if they don't kill Magda, I'm probably going to play a Manufactor this turn. Okay, they didn't kill Magda, which means that's why I didn't want to play this pre-combat. Alright, so token's dead, that's fine, I don't really care. But now I can just go Manufactor, discard Magda. Actually, I probably should just take this opportunity to resolve the Reactor, right? With them at 9? Could go Reactor Epicure, and then just go Manufactor, do some stuff next turn. Let's do that. Like, they're pretty close to dead, right? 8, this thing has 2. I can discard end of turn to go to 3. Yeah, this is good. Not Skawa. Where's the reality chip? Well, I had a reality chip. The problem is I gave mine to Spike. So, I was considering playing reality chip today, but then I realized I gave it away. The worst part about it is I don't think Spike's ever going to cast that reality chip. I know, I gave it to him as a troll. What did Brian just say? Excuse me, Brian? JK Torborg, thank you for the 9 months. What's up, buddy? How you doing? No, the only reality chip that I will ever accept is the one that I gave to Spike. That's the only reality chip. All other reality chips are null and void. I think they're dead, right? I guess not dead this turn. They're close to dead, but... Got crushed by the reality chip and hammer last night? Yeah. When are they going to exile? Saga? Are they going to Saga me? I like how it actually says Kappa. They're casting the Manufactor. I guess they just want a blocker. They're at 5? Oh, I need a land. No, I have the Magda, right? Yeah, they're just dead. Right? I go end of turn, discard, third counter. Untap, discard, 4th counter, attack with Magda, 5th counter, 4th mana for Reactor. Yeah, they're just dead. Dragonspark Reactor for the win. Let's go, chat. Chat, let's go. Dragonspark Reactor for the win. Might as well kill their creature. Let's go! Alright, 2-1. Sand sucks, right? It's pretty close, but if I had Ragavan, I might keep that hand. Alright, well, YOLO. Does this rule use the stack? Does not use the stack. Ed! Demonic Tutors, thank you for the raid. I'm going to start the song over because it's so good. We got the new raiders. Thank you very, very much for the raid, Ed. Really appreciate that. Hope you had an excellent stream. Welcome, everybody. If you're new to the stream, smash that follow button. We're doing some, we're playing some Neon Dynasty Asmo. My opponent just played Fairy Seer into my Ragavan. That's not good. Okay, drew a land, so now I get to go kill this... Kill this, attack, play Reactor. Polluted Delta. Cool thing about that is I think they spread that to the top, right? They put 2 cards on top. God, this song is so good. Yeah, there it is. Spike Nose. That player loses the game unless they're playing Neoform, then you have to keep playing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, please don't have Fatal Push. Please don't have Fatal Push. They have Fatal Push, but... If they don't have Fatal Push... If there's some crazy world where they don't have Fatal Push... Damn it! Stop it. Rude. Alright, now I want to draw a Daredevil. No! Stop it! Come on! Stop that! Oh, rude. I could have picked up Gigantha, but... Rude. How rude of my opponent. I think they have Vendilion Click. I don't really care if they trade for Manufactor. If they don't play a spell in combat, I'm just going to pick up Gigantha. So they obviously have a counter spell. Not on my watch, opponent. Click only blocks flyers? No, it doesn't. Vendilion Click? Does Vendilion Click blocks anything? You're thinking of Brazen Borrower. Well, it's probably not resolving, but... Counter spell. Is Blood Crypt just for hardcasting Daredevil? Yes, and we have Cyborg Thoughtseizes. Asmor. I guess I should attack first. And then post-combat the Manufactor. I only have 2 cards. Assume this gets countered. Yeah. 1 card left. Soul Guide Lantern. Is that one good? I'm just going to draw a card with it if it resolves. I'll target, I guess, Fatal Push? No, I'll target Drown. Just in case they have Snapcaster, Drown's more utility. I'm just going to draw a card immediately, though. Oh. I'll keep that one in hand. I'll keep that one in hand. It's kind of funny. Next turn I can actually cycle this for 4 mana and then cast the Asmor. I guess not unless they're killing this. Wow, they're just making that trade? I'm shocked. They missed a land drop last turn, too. They're still making the trade. Alright, well I guess now we need a land to do that. Yeah, let's play this. Go. Mutable doesn't make Sokenzan cheaper because Legend isn't a creature type anymore. Yeah, I know, right? If only. Alright, well, we have 5 damage on the table. Just face up. And they have no creatures. No way to pressure us. They didn't cast... What? They didn't Petty Theft the 1/4? What? Really? That seems insane to me. Alright, so now we get to go discard and then cast Asmore. I'm going to go to combat first. Because if they have a removal spell in combat, then we can just post-combat the Asmore through a counterspell, potentially. The fact that this is a discard outlet for Asmo is so dope. It's so sick. I cannot believe they didn't cast Petty Theft. Unless they have a second Borrower, maybe? That seems insane to me. And then next turn we can go Cookbook, fire this one off for 5. So we have lethal next turn. Alright, no longer have lethal next turn. So Sokenzan for Junsec, maybe. How many legends do you play in Junsec, though? Does it count Ren or no? It's only creatures, right? Yeah, it's only creatures. Lee Chow, thank you so much for the 19 months of support. Really, really appreciate the 19 months, buddy. That's a long time. Spam those emotes. Thank you again. Doom Easy in the chat. Okay. If this resolves, they're dead. Gonna have another Spell Stutter Sprite. I guess I should have attacked first. They're still dead. What am I talking about? Yeah, they trade. Go to 6, and then they're just dead to these 2. Blue-black cannot defeat artifacts. I guess I'll just use it. I forgot that it's Searing Blazes. This card's so good. I mean, it helps that our opponent did nothing the whole game, so... Yeah, it's Searing Blazes. It doesn't just go upstairs, it's Searing Blazes. The unfortunate thing is you can't hit Planeswalkers. I wish it said player or Planeswalker. Yeah, just Searing Blazes for X. It's so good. I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but the card is really powerful. Right, it's also up to, so you don't need a creature to target. Number of charge counters to target player and that much to up to 1 target creature. Notably, wait a minute. I just realized something, chat. I just realized that the wording on this, it says it deals damage equal to the number of charge counters to target player and that much to target creature. It does not specify creature and opponent controls. So, if you wanted to double up, you could dome them and dome your Boros Reckoner. Just saying. Now, is that a good plan? Yeah, probably not, but we could. I guess we could Swans too. Yeah, I guess we could Swans too. Yeah, Swans too. I just assumed it was creature that player controls. All right, same thing. We're not getting much use out of this sideboard, but Stuffy Doll wants to be included. If Stuffy Doll didn't cost 5 mana, I guess Stuffy Doll gives you a counter on the reactor, right? It's just free real estate. You ever considered Thud and Fireblade Charger in a Blitz deck? I don't know. What is Fireblade Charger? Not quite sure what Fireblade Charger is. Ragavan, Daredevil, Shadowspear lands. I mean, Saga is broken against them, so I'm going to keep this hand. Ragavan's not as good because they have Fairy Seer, but other places they can't sprite it. That's good. Appreciate all the new follows. Chat, remember, if you're new to the stream, be sure to smash that follow button. Usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. That's kind of my new schedule. That's what I've been doing, so appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate the follows. Hope y'all are having a good time tonight. Brash Taunter. What's Brash Taunter? Thud, Fireblade Charger, and Scale Up is 18 damage turn 2. Yeah, but they need to put all those cards in your deck, though, right? That's the problem. Brash Taunter is red and has a fight built in. Red and has fight built in. Brash Taunter, huh? Do you have to use mana for it, though? I don't want to spend mana for that stuff. Why would I ever want to spend mana? Why would they petty theft that and not the token? Are they just hoping I don't have a land? Alright, good. Well, I do have a land, so sorry. It's a 1-1. Indestructible whenever it's dealt damage to the target opponent, 2R, fights on a target creature. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. That one makes sense. I get it now. I understand. I'm just gonna make mana. Yeah, I'm gonna make mana. They still have to pop this because I could have Needle. Yeah, okay, so they pop it. That's fine. There's a weird just to kind of like go over this real quick because this is something that comes up a lot. I think if you have the Needle in your deck, you shouldn't float mana. If you don't have Needle, you should float mana. Because if you don't float mana and you pass priority back to them, if they activate the explosives, you then get priority back to activate the Saga again before you search. But if you don't have the Needle, there's kind of no point in floating because, well, I guess maybe it's right to not float. Because, like, regardless if you don't float, they probably still have to pop this, right? I don't know, it's pretty close. Just something that comes up sometimes. I'm probably rambling for no reason, but... just something to think about. It's the little things, you know? Target Thirst in case they have Snapcaster because they're not a Lurrus deck. And then I'll just play the Magda that they know about. Super weird that not floating is correct, but it does happen. Yeah, exactly. It's just something to think about, you know? Main phase Fatal Push, huh? I bet. Is it time? Chat, I think it's time. I think it's time. You ever counterspelled an Ovalchase Daredevil before? Because it does not feel good when you have to do it. I don't know if my opponent's in that position right now, but... I would rather concede than counterspell an Ovalchase Daredevil. Nice Inquisition. Got him! Alright, we're Daredevils. What's up? How do you ever beat 2 4/2s? Might as well just get my free food out of this. Spell Stutter Sprite. Fine. Yo. You get it, Bull. New format, same broken 4/2. Kaito? much do I care about Kaito? Oh, I can't attack it this turn anyways. Alright, let's draw a card with this. I mean, I think I'll trade both for a Mutavault. I could also just do this, and then Mutavault next turn. It's probably better to just do this, right? Uses my mana a little bit more efficiently. Yeah, let's do that. I could have also equipped Shadowspear. It's worse if they have Fatal Push, though, because they can just crack this and push the one that I equip. Tradesies. Tradesies. You want to trade for the 4-2 that comes back? 7 life. Amalgam redeemed a deck tech. Made some updates to just got cards down for a deck tech. I'm always down for a deck tech. Just ship me a link, and I'll take a look. I have 6. I should have made a food. Alright, well, I can see it anyways. Yorion, huh? Sand does not seem very good. I'm gonna ship it. Alright, this hand's good. I'm gonna put back the Lantern, I think. Sand kind of stinks if they have Prismatic Ending. I could slow roll the Cookbook for a turn. Oh. I see. This is what we're up to, huh? Opponent woke up and chose violence. Opponent woke up and chose violence. Besechu noises, yeah. Ghost Quada. Leonin Arbiter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a food. And then what I think I'm going to do... I think I'm going to go cast Asmo, trigger on the stack, kill the Arbiter, and then I can fetch and play the other Cookbook. I think I like that. So we'll go Asmo, trigger on the stack, kill this, search, crack the fetch in case they have another Arbiter, play the other Cookbook, do this so I can F6. Maybe I'm supposed to leave up Galvanic Blast there, but like if they Arbiter me plus Ghost Quarter, I don't really give a shit. You know? Like, even if they, like, Arbiter double Ghost Quarter me, I don't really care. Sucks that they have Skyclave, but there's not much I can do about Skyclave. Yeah. If the Amulet is popular, Mill is probably good. When is Mill... Oh. Oh, that was a good draw step. You ever just make 1,000 game objects? You ever just make 1,000 game objects? You ever just do that before? Alright, your move. we'll find something to do with them, but your move. Yeah, any game objects in the chat? Imagine if I draw a reactor now? Oh my god. Please let me draw a reactor. If I consider Voldaren Epicure in this list, we have 3 copies. Yeah, yes. The Daredevil trigger is a lot worse with Manufactor out. Wait till you have 2 of them. Just wait till you have 2 of them out. Oath of Nissa. Okay. Am I allowed to post a link in the chat? Of course. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind, Dank. What they reveal? I don't know what they revealed. They revealed Pathway. Sure. I think what they're going to do is end step... Do I need to respond to this? I don't think so. It's probably just Skyclave, right? Oh. See, I don't really care about the Archon, so I'm like a little bit happier that they're doing this. Because I could have killed the Archon, but I don't really care about it that much. I'm going to start by cracking a clue. Oh, chat, we did it! Chat, we did it! Oh, chat. Chat, we are going off. Now we need them to not have another Skyclave, right? Because I'm going to be 1 mana short of activating it this turn. Yeah, I'm going to be 1 mana short of activating it. Alright, go. Please don't kill my reactor. Please don't kill my reactor. How come we didn't get an illusion from the apparition? Because it targeted Asmo. Asmo has 0 CMC. Come on, don't have a Skyclave. Don't do it. Don't have a Skyclave. That's fine. I don't care about that. Are they dead? 3, 6... I guess they're not quite dead, right? They're close, but not quite. That's 7 plus 6 is 13. Plus the drum is 14. If I find a cookbook or... 19... So this pushes 3 damage, right? Oh, plus I can also kill the Archon and... Yeah, okay, this is 100% lethal. Because I can kill the Archon and play the other cookbook. Holy crap. Chat, we did the thing. We got to do the thing. So, play Asmo. We can kill the Archon. Cast the other cookbook, which gives more counters. Discard the Daredevil. Make more stuff. We got to do it. Like, I don't know if this is good, but, you know, we got to do the thing, right? It was a 17-point reactor. Had to play 6 matches to do the thing. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Well, we also played against Neoform 3 times, so does that really count? Like, come on, I played against Neoform 3 times in Belcher, so. And the non-Neoform Belcher decks that I played, I've destroyed them. So, like, anytime I'm not playing it against, you know, a turn 2 combo deck, I've been winning pretty easily. So what do you want against taxes? What do we want against taxes? Shattering Spree? I mean, it kills Vile, but... The problem with Shattering Spree is it doesn't actually kill Kaldra. Kills Vile, kills Batterskill, kills, like, Lion Sash. Yeah, Needle for Ghost Quarter Vile is good. I just, like, there's not really much else I want, you know? Let's cut the Lantern. Like, this card's obviously bad. This card's obviously bad. Bad. Companion. So it's between, like, Shattering Spree, maybe Thoughtseize. I don't know if I like Thoughtseize against Vile, though. Maybe Vile is more of a reason to have Thoughtseize. Because if they're, like, quote-unquote down a resource with the Vile, then you Thoughtseize their creature and it messes with their hand a lot, but... I also don't really think I need to bring in something like Thoughtseize. I think this is honestly fine. I've not really done a lot of sideboarding. It's because the main deck is perfect, right? Ooh. I wish we had a legendary creature, but this hand's good. Hand is good. Any hand with Cookbook Manufactor is a snapkeep. Opponent rolls to 5. It's a good start. Now this is a sample hand. It's just good cards. I don't know what you're talking about. Ho ho ho. Oh ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Hui 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 hui. They're just gonna Skyclave it though, so you know, whatever. Ghost Quarter. What's this? 1 mana. Esper Sentinel. Tilt. I mean, I still kind of want to get the reactor into play. So I'm just going to jam it. Like, it's a card that obviously you want to get into play as early as possible. No, you can have your card. It's fine. I'm going to play the Amber this turn, though, to get around the Sentinel next turn, potentially. They have Mana Tithe? Might have Mana Tithe. Yeah, beatdowns. They're obviously not going to block. I should have attacked first, but... What's the Mox for? The Mox is... Because you're playing with so many legends, like Ragavan, Magda, and Asmo, you kind of... The thing about Dragonspark Reactor is it is a little mana intensive, you know? Like, it is 4 mana to activate, so just having extra mana sources, especially when your Urza Saga dies, which is another reason why Springleaf Drum is so sick in this deck, because also, obviously, Drum works well with Magda, but, like, it all kind of just works together, you know? You need more mana to be able to, like, activate the Reactor and do other stuff in the same turn, especially when your Saga is dying. Like, this card is incredibly powerful, but it's very mana intensive. You know, that's the gate, right? It's a powerful card, but you need a lot of mana to utilize it. I think I just run out the Manufactor. Because if I don't play the Manufactor this turn, and they have a Skyclave, they're just going to hit the Reactor anyways. And I think I'd actually rather have them kill the Manufacturer than the Reactor if they do Skyclave me next turn. So, I'm going to play the Mutavault, and then the Manufacturer, and just chill. No attacks. And then we can start doing stuff next turn. And why Magda? You really want other ways to make treasures if you're playing Manufacturer, right? Magda is slow, but the thing is, you need other ways to make treasures. So, like, you have Ragavan that makes treasures, Cookbook that makes treasures, but that's it. You need some other way to generate a game object for the Manufacturer. And that's why we have Magda. So it's like, you want another thing to use with Manufacturer, and it also happens to be a legend, which you want to play Ragavan and Asmo anyway, so then you get to play Mox Amber, because you get more legends into your deck. So it kind of all justifies itself. I was going to say, you know, it might be a cool idea with Reactor is Tezzeret to make this cost 2 less mana. But... Oh, you know what Tezzeret's not good with? Oh no, Tezzeret is not good with Cookbook. So the way Tezzeret is worded, Tezzeret specifically says if you've... Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you why it's not good. I think Spike brought this up, too, with Springleaf Drum. I think Spike brought this up with Drum. But basically, it doesn't specify. It just says the first activated ability of an artifact costs 2 less. It doesn't specify mana abilities. So if you tap a Springleaf Drum in a turn, and then your next thing is not discounted because you've already tapped the drum. So it's super awkward. All right, so I'll pay for the Sentinel. I'm not going to attack with Mutavaults. I could have left it up to block, though, maybe. Kind of assume their last card is Skyclave. Beseiju. They're blowing up the Manufactor? Really? Not the Reactor, huh? Oh, I should have got a Blood Crypt at that. Because the Blood Crypt, I can't get the Blood Crypt with the Ghost Quarter. How much of a problem is this thing? Hmm. It's kind of awkward. Oh, wait, no. I use my blood token. Okay, it's not bad. Just do this now so I can have 6. And then pass, I guess. How bad does Reactor get against Prismatic Ending decks? That's one of the cards that make me hesitant about building Reactor. Yeah, that's the thing. We haven't played against Prismatic Ending yet, but like effects like that, Portable Hole, things of that nature, Teferi could be awkward too, but... I need to have something like Darksteel. Yeah, Darksteel Citadel too. Yeah. Didn't know they put Crucible Worlds on a 3-mana creature. Yeah, this card's pretty good. In this deck, especially with Ghost Quarter and Boseiju and that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is probably going to be pick up Yorion. At what point do I fire off this reactor? So they can Thalia and pick up Yorion. Okay. Alright, that's their turn. And they're battling. Alright, we'll take 2. It's fine. Get the Blood Crypt. Only have 1 basic left. They're at 18. Just trying to think if I want to fire off the first reactor here. Because if I don't fire it off now, it could get really dicey if they find a... I guess what I could do is I could fire it off for 4, play my land, play the other one, and then just have this one at 2. Right? Because I can kill the Thalia. Or I could just kill this thing. I mean, I don't know how relevant... I guess this is pretty good with the Ghost Corners. This is tough. So I can dome them for 5 and kill Thalia, and then play the other reactor. Or I could gamble and just play the reactor for 3, pay for the Sentinel tax, and just have 2 reactors in play. But if I do that and they draw Skyclave, it's really bad for me. I kind of want to take a gamble, though, because it's, like, really high upside if they don't have it. I'm going to do it. I don't know if this is right, but... Alright, make some homies. I'm just going to play the Sokenzan out, because I want more mana. Alright, don't punish me. Don't punish me, please. Yeah, this is like the lineup that plays more to win. Because then I have the reactor at 8, they go to 10. And then the other one's at 3. And I can also kill the Yorion if I want to. I mean, I guess I could kill the Yorion anyways in a couple turns, but... Well, I don't think we necessarily just lose, right? Like, I can kill one of their creatures. This thing goes upstairs and hits a creature. It's just Searing Blaze for X. So if I had just used this one for 5, I could have domed them for 5 and killed the creature, which would have been fine. Like, that play would have been fine. What's up, Stu? Just deck cracked. It's pretty good. We've been pretty easily beating the decks that don't kill us on turn 2. Alright, Ghost Corner my Mutavault. I got a basic. It's my last basic, though. They're kind of not incentivized to Ghost Corner me now, though, because if I do have one additional basic, then I can fire this one off. Oh, okay, they just do it on a tap land. That makes sense. Alright, well, I still have 4 mana, so it's not that bad. Might as well just sack a food here, right? Yeah, I think I can afford to sack a food. Stay above a reasonable life total. Ragavan, huh? Alright, let's do this. Do this, get this back. So this is on 8. They can Ghost Quarter me once next turn. I guess I can just fire... Oh no, I can't fire this off because they can just Yorion it back. So maybe I just cast Ragavan and pass. Just hold this up. Yeah, let's just cast Ragavan and pass. Maybe I just don't care about this. I got a mana source off the Amber now, which is good. Because now actually it's still have 5 mana. So even after I get Ghost Quartered 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if I get Ghost Quartered 2 more times, I can still activate the second reactor. Well, I think... Okay, they're not going to put a Yorion. I mean, I'm also just content with taking this much damage, right? Because next turn, this goes to 9 and 4. I dome them for 9, they go to 9. This is at 5. I guess I don't win the race. Well, I don't win the getting clowned down by Excavator. I guess upkeeping it is good because they can't play the Ghost Quarter this turn. Right? Just trying to think if I want to wait. Because the worry is that I'm just going to get clocked by the Yorion. I guess I have food tokens too. Yeah, like I can race the Yorion as long as I don't lose my lands. Because I'm going to keep making food, right? Yeah, I guess it's fine. Upkeep is good, because now they have the Yorion. And the nice thing about doing this is now they have the Yorion. Like, imagine if their top card is Skyclave, right? They're forced to Yorion in their upkeep before drawing like a Skyclave or something. So it works out really, really well for me by doing it upkeep. I mean, if they draw Skyclave, I'm still probably in bad shape, but... Oath of Nissa. 2 mana, by the way. He then did not hit Skyclave. Honestly, I think my best draw... Well, either Cookbook or Manufactor are both good draws. They got a basic Plains. Yeah, Flicker was to be annoying too. Alright, no double block. They get the Raminette back. Oh. That one's pretty good too. That one's pretty good too. I'll take that one. Thank you very much. If I cast the Cookbook, I'm down in the Reactor though. But I get to kill 2 things. Yeah, worth. Worth. I think it's worth. Right? It's gotta be worth. Because now if they draw exactly Skyclave, they have 2 permanents they can't beat, so... I could attack? No. Do I want to activate now? I'm going to activate this regardless. I'm going to keep up the second activation, though. I don't really care if they Raven at me one more time. Like, I have 6 mana. I don't really care if I lose 1 mana, so... So I'll kill the Yorion main phase and just hold up the other activation. I think this makes sense. And now we're chilling. Like, their best draw is Skyclave, but they have to deal with both this and this. Because I don't think they can beat either of these. So they Ghost Quarter by Mutavault, that's fine. No. Let's see what they drew. Brenton Forge Tender. I guess that one's pretty good against Reactor, huh? But I can just kill all their creatures, so... So, make a food. It is good against Reactor, but... Oops. Let's make another food. Kill this. They obviously can't sack the Forge Tender. And I guess we'll just chill? I guess yeah, I'll just chill, right? Yeah, no attacks. Alright, go. So I guess now if they draw Skyclave, they can target the Asmor, but then I can sack the Cookbook to get back the... I can have the Asmor fight itself, and then sack the Cookbook to get it back, so... You just slowly kill all of their creatures. Okay, it's fine. Fortune wouldn't help anyways, because I figure it's hitting itself. Well, it still targets. I'm not sure. I don't remember how that works. Oh, the game's definitely over. Too much value. Too much value. Alright, get it back. Get the homie back. Let's do this. Get some more tokens. Who doesn't like game objects? Question is Moto going to crash? No attacks, right? I don't really have to kill any of their stuff. I guess I'll crack a food. Or a clue. I don't really care about their creatures right now. Backup Asmor never hurt. Alright, go. We'll just eventually start killing their stuff over the next couple of turns. Again, it doesn't really matter. I don't think we can lose this game at this point. Maybe if they drew Cauldron, we could lose, but... Do I win if I have more game objects than my opponent? I mean, that's how it should work, right? Alright, they've had enough. Yeah, they saw the writing on the wall. Okay, well, we got a nice little 4-1. And the only match I lost was... Well, we 4-0 8-0'd, and the only match I lost was I conceded game 1 because I didn't want to play against Neoform. So, pretty good showing, right?